welcome back to the Movie Geek channel with another video. I hope you guys are really doing well in the month of December. And I'm going to review one of the best Christmas films of all time that is started by Frank Capra and starring James Stewart. And this is one of Nathan Hill's favorite films of all time. Or favorite Christmas movies, I'm not sure. But, of course, I'm talking about, it's in the title, It's a Wonderful Life. Wonderful Life is about a young man played by James Stewart, have a wonderful life. Basically, he had a great wife, and he's a very hardworking man. And then something bad happened that puts him the life in the edge. That wishing he wasn't born, and taking the journey of the life that he has. What if he didn't? What if he wasn't born? And what kind of life that other people has without him? So before we go to the pros, let's talk about cons. The only cons I have is nothing, because let's go on to the pros, because this movie is perfect. It's a masterpiece. It's one of the best Christmas films that it's a must rewatch every December, no matter what. Even though it does not take place entirely in the month of December or Christmas, but in the end of the movie it does take place in the month of December, aka Christmas Day. But what makes it so great is that this is a character piece that deals with something he knew that's the end of life that he has, that he's going to lose his job, blah blah blah, and take him to a journey that what if he wasn't, what it's like to see without him, without James Stewart character, and taking a journey to a roller coaster emotion. What if he never met his wife? What if his wife is somebody else different that he met? And what's so great thing is that Frank Capra knew how to direct character study film, because this is a journey of a man going through so many things in the movie, that a journey that he never thought he would have. And this movie just, there's so many great moments here and there that makes you happy, sad, yet you were rooting for James Stewart character in the end of the film. And also this can be relatable at times, because there's a lot of moments in our lives like, what if I was never born? What if that could be? Like, what if what is that? That's like the age old question that we've been asking for years now. Especially for me, like, what if I was never born? What if I never had this, or YouTube, or movies, and just like, what if? This is a what if scenario of James Stewart, that he needs to understand that you have a wonderful life. You have a wife, you have a family, you have a great group of friends that trusts you and loves you, and he's a hardworking man that respect many people surrounding him, and it's a wonderful message to tell a story that in the end telling us as the audience that I'm grateful that I have a family, I have a mom and my dad who support me, who gave me a hearing aid so I can live and be educated, so I can go to school. And I never thought I'd make this far. It's a wonderful movie that I always look forward to watching. Every time I watch this movie, it still gets me. It still brings me a big smile in the end of the movie that, yeah, I'm grateful that I have a life. I don't care about the popularity or anything, that scenario that I've been in high school. I just glad I have a life. And James Stewart, that's a relatable character to show that he wishes that he had more out of his life. He want to go out there. He want to travel around the world until he meet a girl that he had a crush on, and he got married, blah blah blah. He's a hardworking man, and it's a beautiful story but it's a character story. It's very human. It's a human story that we all deal with in our life, that you wishes that you want to do something, that just like James Stewart's character, he wishes he wanted to do something more out of his life. And in the movie, like, he was this close to travel around the world, but something came that took him upside down. I do not want to spoil what's happening in the middle of the movie, that James Stewart character took another direction instead of going out in the world. And adore this movie. I always rewatch this one every December, and I always look for that a ride that feels like a Christmas Carol type story, and it is very, very much like a Christmas Carol situation. It's a very human thing. I just love this movie. I really, really do, and it's one of the masterpieces. I love Mr. Smith Going to Washington. I still need to see more Frank Capra films, but It's a Wonderful Life is a staple of his career. That this is a masterpiece that he created. Seriously, I just love the story. I just love the character journey in this. The to see the ups and downs of his life, and gives us a good message that in the end of the story, you have a good life. We all have a good life. We are grateful for what we have, and it does bring a big smile on my face that it feels satisfied in the end. The movie was just happened in the end of the movie. I have not seen it, but I just love this movie. I really do. I have nothing more I can express to say that this is a beautiful, beautiful film with great message, great story, great characters, and this is a film about life and to cherish that what we have. And in the end, to make us feel good in the end of the film, that the story just ended perfectly, and there's not a single dull moments here and there that doesn't feel out of place. Every moment in this movie, every scene, every that just felt right. It felt perfect. I remember watching this one for the very first time a couple of years ago when the movie starts and it's in a space. The stars are talking. I was like, where is this going? And then something tragic happens. A ton of events happen to James Stewart character that just pulls me in and just let's follow this character. And I just was glued to the screen when watching this for the very first time. And the way Frank Capra directed this movie, that he only wanted to focus on James Stewart character to see his face, what it's like a life without him, what it's like. And this is a wonderful story. I keep saying it's a wonderful story. It is a beautiful story. I mean, I know I'm repeating words that I cannot express that I really do love this movie. I really do. And it's one of the best Christmas movies that is perfect. That this is a movie that's perfect to watch in the month of December, no matter what. Because there's a great story. It's a great family movie that it's a great film. It is. It is. It's just... and what I love about this movie, there's no villain. There's no snarking villain that they want to destroy James Stewart character. But there is this kind of villain, but it's not a villain. And of course, I'm going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. A masterpiece. I cannot... There's nothing more I can say that has already been said. I mean, I'm blanking words right now. The words is escaping right now because I cannot say enough too much. I actually love this movie. I actually do, and I love this movie. I really do. If you have not seen It's a Wonderful Life, I highly recommend watching it in the month of December for the very first time because it is a great one. And it's a great watch, a great black and white film with wonderful, wonderful performance by James Stewart of a roller coaster of emotions between happiness and sadness. You just feel for him. You sympathize to him. You feel that you want to hug him. And I just found out that James Stewart, that this is his first film coming back from the war, and that's just awesome from him. That Frank Capra chose him because it's a perfect role for him. It gets better. Life gets better. It gets better. Anyways, that'll be all for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Have a great one, and take care.